Audio Blog 2. Universal Healthcare. The family unit is the risk pool that God designed for managing healthcare. With all the talk about America's broken healthcare system and the abundance of overconfident and uninformed opinions on the matter being plastered across social media, it's clear that the general population knows little to nothing about one of the root contributors to our issues: inaccurate risk pooling. It's confirmed every time one of the Bernie bros contrasts America's healthcare system with that of the Scandinavian countries, usually in an effort to pitch Scandinavian-like universal healthcare to the American populace. The main reason that centralized healthcare financing like that in the Nordic countries can't translate to the U.S. is because the size of those countries is similar to the population of California, and the people are nowhere near as diverse as in the U.S. Don't think color diversity, think cultural, biological, and ideological diversity. What does this have to do with healthcare and healthcare financing? Well, if we take the premise that healthcare financing is managed and administered by insurance entities, we have to talk about risk pooling. Let's say I'm an insurance agent. If I have a tight-knit, ideologically and biologically concentrated group of people, I can make a pretty good estimate about their main risks and the likelihood of certain healthcare needs. And I can make this estimate with relative accuracy. In this scenario, if I'm an insurer, I can employ my funds efficiently, focusing my efforts on developing forecasting and risk likelihood models to effectively manage the pool of risk that this concentrated group is prone to. On the other hand, if I have a huge dispersed group of people who are culturally, ideologically, and biologically diverse, it's very difficult to come to a confident conclusion about their main risks and the likelihood of healthcare needs. Their risk set is far more dispersed and therefore way more expensive. The riskier the activities, the more you pay for it. Scandinavians, being a concentrated group, are subject to similar healthcare risks, make similar decisions, and hold similar values. Insurers have a higher level of confidence when approaching this group because their risk pool is relatively small, and the price of insurance can be trimmed to these defined specifications. But in the U.S., as biologically and culturally diverse as we are, we cannot even come close to identifying a core set of risks to devote our finances to. Therefore, the single-payer would have to run the gamut, charging 60-year-old Evelyn Evangelical the abortion premium because pink pussy-hatted Susie Social Justice thinks abortion is a human right. Evelyn has to chip in for the risks she would never in a million years realize. Welcome to Norway, where personal income tax rates are upward of 60%. Why don't we just charge people healthcare-related taxes based on their inherent riskiness, you ask? Now, that's an idea. In fact, why don't we prorate taxes for healthcare based on small and concentrated risk pools? Actually, on second thought, why don't we just not tax people for our single-payer delusion and leave it up to the individual to plan for theirs and their family's healthcare? Maybe God was onto something when he told men that they were responsible for providing for their own families. I mean, families and communities know how to use their money more efficiently and effectively to address their unique risks than do disinterested bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. What are the takeaways? 1. Don't make people pay for coverage that they'll never use and don't want. Evelyn shouldn't have to pay for child sacrifice. 2. Allow insurers to offer different policy options at different prices. If they can define the risk pool accurately, they can make insurance significantly cheaper. 3. It's our moral obligation to care for those with pre-existing conditions. But legislating compassion neither makes us compassionate nor makes healthcare more accessible. Thanks.